What a delight to hear John McEwen, and what a pleasure to follow the fine hosting of Rik Palieri. We'll be hearing more from Rik, by the way, gradually as a sloop crew performer and also half of the twosome with Rick Nestler, known as the Riks. I usually am known as Bob Sherman, and I am especially happy to greet you during this 7 p.m. hour. Because even though my Woody's Children's Show now airs Sunday afternoons at 4 over WFUV, it actually started out, and for at least 30 years, was broadcast on WQXR, Saturday nights at 7. This is old home time for me, in other words. I am also very proud to be part of this all-day Clearwater Sloop Party, since the festival and Woody's Children were both launched in 1969. Now this, of course, would have been Clearwater Festival weekend, had not the virus practically closed down the whole country. But so many of the marvelous artists who were regulars in past years are here with us, donating their services online. So earlier on, we had videos from Tom Chapin and the Chapin sisters, from Judy Collins and Tommy Sands, and so many wonderful other players and singers. In fact, later on, I'll tell you how you can catch up with any of the great folks you missed earlier on. Mainly, though, I hope you will take a cue from their generosity and do your financial bit to help ensure that after the pandemic finally passes, Clearwater can return to its vital, often life-changing educational and environmental activities. And if all goes well, we can all gather together safely once again on Father's Day weekend 2021. Now, a terrific musical treat awaits on this upcoming half hour with Matt Cartsonis, fabulous session player and singer who has appeared with John McEwen, as a matter of fact, plus a host of other greats, including the Kingston Trio. There was a great group. And after Matt comes the aforementioned Rik Palieri with friends, it says here, and among them I suspect you'll find Rick Nestler. And Rik, by the way, the host of the Circle of Song at the Clearwater Festival for almost all of its 50 years there. Let's see, where are we? Oh yeah, to begin, I am very proud to introduce one of the most celebrated folk performers of our day, Joe Jencks. He's out of Chicago, but of course he'll be here online as soon as I stop yakking at you. But just in case you haven't bumped into Mr. J before, well, you might have heard his award-winning solo albums, or his iconic Lady in the Harbor, as it's been covered by so many other folks. And Joe himself was also a founding member of the terrific trio Brother Son. You were in for a wonderful treat, in other words. So Joe, come on out and light up our day.
Hello, everybody out there. My name's Matt Cartsonis, maintaining a social distance and trying to keep everybody safe here. It is my honor to be part of this virtual Hudson River revival, and would like to do a couple of tunes. You know what? Enough of this. But kids, please don't try that at home. Oh, I want to be able to see you better. There we go. That's much more like it. Little song Warren Zevon and I put together back in around 2000 is what it was. A long time ago now. So here we go. Well, sometimes I feel like my shadow's casting me. And some days the sun don't shine. And sometimes I wonder what tomorrow's gonna bring when I think about my dirty life and times. One day I came to a fork in the road. Folks, I just couldn't go where I was told. Now they'll hunt me down and hang me for my crimes if I tell them about my dirty life and times. Well, I had someone till she went out for a stroll. I should have run after her. It's hard to find a woman with a heart of gold when you're living in a four-letter world. But she won't love me, then her sister will. She's from say one thing and mean anothersville. And she can't seem to make up her mind when I tell her about my dirty life and times. I'll pick it. Sometimes I feel like my shadow's casting me, and some days the sun don't shine. And sometimes I wonder how I'm still running free, all up and down the line. Hell, I get a little lonely, don't you know what I mean? And I'm looking for a woman with low self-esteem who'll lay me out and ease my worried mind while I'm winding down my dirty life and times. Who'll lay me out and ease my worried mind while I'm winding down my dirty life and times. Yeah, that tune recorded a couple of years ago with John McEwen, who's also on the bill here at the revival. You can hear our version of it along with David Bromberg and Jay Unger and Steve Martin on the banjo. Yeah, that's Steve Martin. On John's album Made in Brooklyn. Check it out. So the reason I'm here, the Clearwater is a great organization. Education, ecology, a great big boat. Who could ask for more? would like to ask you, and I think you're going to be hearing this a lot from my fellow performers, please give generously and often to the Clearwater, clearwater.org. I guess you already know that if you're watching this. This next song I learned from listening to Pete Seeger years before I ever met him, years before I ever even saw the Hudson River. And I think it may have had something to do with my making the move from Arizona, where I'm from, to go to school in Poughkeepsie, where the Clearwater was back in the 80s. And that's where I met so many of my Clearwater pals as a sloop singer. This song has been a through line through all of that. Which, by the way, I would just like to say for technical reasons, I'm doing without a capo because I forgot to bring one, and improvising it in a whole new way, which is going to add life, spirit, and a delicious sense of uncertainty to this experience. Sailing down my golden river, sun and water all my own, yet I was never alone. Sun and water, old life givers, I'll have them where'er I roam, and I was not far from home. Sunlight glancing on the water, life and death are all my own, yet I was never alone. Life to raise my sons and daughters, golden sparkles in the foam, and I was not far from home. Sailing down this winding highway, travelers from near and far, and I was never alone. Exploring all the little byways, sighting all the distant stars, and I was not far from home. Sailing down my golden river, sun and water all my own, yet I was never alone. Sun and water, old life givers, I'll have them where'er I roam, and I was not far from home, and I was never alone. Support the Clearwater. Thank you for your time.
And so this word hootenanny was brought from over in Washington, near Seattle, Commonwealth College, where Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger had, they sang for, they didn't know what it was when they first were singing. They said it's like a community gathering. And Pete and Woody says, so what is this anyway? And the organizer said, well, it's a hootenanny. And they said, a hootenanny? We never heard of a hootenanny before. They said, well, we had a contest for the new name for our gathering, and hootenanny won by a nose over wingding. So we're in the key of G. Nobody knows what we're playing, like a regular hootenanny. No, G and George. And you know, Pete, besides singing his own songs and traditional songs, he loves singing songs by Woody Guthrie. And this is one of Woody's. Green Douglasville, where the water cuts through. Down her wide mountains to the canyon she flew. Canadian, northwest of the ocean so blue. Roll on, Columbia, roll on. Roll on, Columbia, roll on. Roll on, Columbia, roll on. Your power is turning our darkness to dawn. Take us out, we're going to ask Mel to lead one of Pete's most well-known songs, and leave it to you.
Okay. And as Pete would say on this one, key of G, George, he would say, sing it the way people know it. We do the Peter, Paul, and Mary version. This isn't how Pete recorded it.
along with this song. It's another song, of course, that Cutie Ledbetter sang and Pete loved so much. And you don't know what it is because I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do. Yeah, this is one that Pete, he said it was one of his favorite songs, you know. Where you wake up in the morning, in the big meadow lane. Go on the table, sing that name. It's six on the table, ain't nothing more man. Say that you trouble with a man that can make life
What a great gaggle of Clearwater crewmates in that wonderful video, led by Captain Rik Palieri. Needless to say, we're all anxiously waiting for the good sloop Clearwater to set sail again, and you can help make it happen with a donation. This will support upkeep repairs and other shipboard essentials, with all necessary details available at the website, which is easy enough to remember, clearwaterfestival.org. Now, we'll be on this virtual site until 11 tonight, so by all means tell your friends to tune in. They can also watch and listen to us on YouTube and Facebook if they prefer, using the link from Hudson River Sloop Clearwater. Okay, what's coming up next, I hear you cry? Well, leading off this half hour will be Ernie Sites, former rodeo cowboy who has parlayed Western song, poetry, and storytelling into a triple threat career. He's a singer, entertainer, educator, and he does rope tricks, though I don't know that he'll have time for any of those. But I do suspect that he'll remind us of those good old days when the buffalo roamed and no discouraging words were heard. Heard next will be the astonishing and multi-talented David Amram, prize-winning classical composer, jazz pioneer, master of at least 35 instruments, though he's probably added a couple of extra flutes by now. And more to our particular purposes tonight, a fellow the New York Times dubbed a one-man folk festival. And that's quite right. David has written a symphony on Woody Guthrie's This Land Is Your Land, concerto dedicated to Woody and Pete Seeger. He's got variations on Red River Valley. I even recall interviewing David Amram when he premiered a new Americana piece aboard the QE2 in celebration of the country's bicentennial. That was July 4th, 1976. Who knows what he'll come up with on June 20th, 2020. Whatever it is, you can be sure it'll be uniquely David. And finally, to close out this very special 7 p.m. hour, at least the first half of it, stand by the barricades as we share the flaming energy and dramatic urgency of Emma's Revolution. It's the duo of Pat Humphries and Sandy O, named for Emma Goldman, the famous political activist, and my guess is they'll have some pretty eventful music for us. Meanwhile, way out west, here comes Ernie Sites.
Hello everybody, I'm Ernie Sites.
And I'm Barbara.
We're going to be singing a few songs for you, a great old cowboy song and a couple original songs. But it's a real honor to be part of the
Clearwater Hudson River Revival Festival.
And so we're going to be starting off with a tune called the Santa Fe Trail, where the Conestoga wagons would travel down this trail.
From Kansas, Missouri to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
It went from about, it was 870 miles long.
From about the 1820s to the 1890s.
Yeah, 1880s actually.
80s?
Yeah, and then the railroad was able to get in there, and once the railroad started happening, well, that trail became unused. But it was a famous trail, and here's a song about those prairie schooners. Prairie schooners, did you ever see them?
Oh, they're beautiful.
Prairie schooners are those Conestoga wagons with their big white sails, and they got the name because they look like
A ship.
out on the ocean across the Great Plains. And they see those big white sails, and there goes the prairie schooners. That's where the song kind of goes, but it is a romance song. Say, Port, have you sighted a schooner heading the Santa Fe Trail? It ought to be here Monday or sooner, with a water keg tied to its rail. There's Mama and there's Pa on the blue seat, somewhere along by the way, tow-headed gal on a pinto, jangling for old Santa Fe. Go home alongside Santa Fe Trail. I saw her right down the Arroyo, way up on the Arkansas sand, with a smile like an acre of sunflowers, a little brown quirt in her hand. She straddled her pinto so airy, she rode like she carried mail. I dare set fire to the prairie alongside the Santa Fe Trail. Yo ho, alongside the Santa Fe Trail. I know some gals on the prairie that I've rode to El Paso to sight, but I'm acquainted with the high step and order, and I have kissed some girls goodnight. Oh Lord, there are beatings and ruffles after 2 tea by the pail, compared to the kind of stampede I get on the Santa Fe Trail. Yo ho, alongside the Santa Fe Trail. Well, I don't know her name or the prairie when it comes to one gal that's quite white, but it's shorter to hell than Hilary than it is on the Santa Fe ride. Well, we might make the Cedars by sundown, camp somewhere out in the dale, come on to a gal in a pinto alongside the Santa Fe Trail. Yo ho, alongside the Santa Fe Trail. One more time. Yo ho, alongside the Santa Fe Trail. There it is, Santa Fe Trail. So we're going to continue on with a nice little tune. What are we going to sing next, Basha?
We're going to sing about yodeling.
A little tune that I wrote a few years ago. We want you to participate. If you can do it, it tells you in the song, just jump on board anytime you like. A good yodel is a good thing to know. You never know, it might save your life someday. You just never can tell. So learning how to yodel, pretty important thing. And here we go, called Happy Yodeling, Hold Down. I'm happy when I yodel, yodel-o-dee. I've just got a yodel, yodel-o-dee. Happy when I sing, yodeling brightens everything. Idle-lady. Now if you're feeling down, idle-a-dee, and you've roped yourself a friend, yodel-o-dee, good yodel once or twice. By the time you've yodeled thrice, you'll be happy yodeling all the day. I-dee-yodel-a-yodel-o-dee-dee-o, yodel-a-dee-dee-o, yodel-o-dee. I-dee-yodel-a-yodel-o-dee-dee-o, yodel-o-dee-o-dee. You know, it's a simple little song. Yodel-o-dee, come on, try to yodel along. Idle-o-dee, good you yodel every day, can keep the doctor far away. My good horse sense tells me that's the way. I-dee-yodel-a-yodel-o-dee-dee-o, yodel-o-dee-dee-o, yodel-a-dee. I-dee-yodel-a-yodel-o-dee-dee-o, yodel-o-dee-dee-o-dee. Now when yodeling I have found, idle-a-dee, folks will come from miles around. Yodel-o-dee, I'm correcting my surmise. Oh, the gang will soon arrive and we'll have a happy yodeling down.
Grab your partner, swing around, swing your feet right off the ground. Promenade left and doozy go. All grab hands and away we go. Start on middle and back again. Bow to your partner and bow to your friend. All grab hands and head for down to the
happy yodeling all down. There it is, the happy yodeling hold down.
I love to
Yeah,
yodel.
you did good with that calling, Barbara.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad, yeah. I reckon if we were doing that in a live performance, they'd be moving pretty quick.
They'd have to be
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick.
We'd be getting through with it quicker. In fact, people said they always like it when I yodel quick.
I like it.
You do? Is it because it stirs the soul, brings a smile to your face? You say yes?
I like it because it gets over faster.
Well, this next song is very appropriate then. A tune I wrote called Hard Times. Hard time don't come around no more, no more. Hard time don't come around my door. Hard time don't come around no more, no more. Hard time, don't you come a knocking at my door. Things are tough, time is rough. Money never seems enough. Wind and rain, the salt and dust, rusting up in my pickup truck. The wind blows, sure gets cold. Doors let in the snow. Windows are single pane. When they pour, they really rain. Hard time don't come around no more, no more. Hard time don't come around my door. Hard time don't come around no more, no more hard times. Don't you come knocking at my door. Now it'll rain on these desert plains. It's just crying shame. Dust hard pan is dead and gone. Tumbleweeds roll on and on. Then damn the weather when it's hot. All the water it dries up. Withering crops fade away. We'll just hang our heads and sing. Hard time don't come around no more, no more. Hard time don't come around my door. Hard time don't come around no more, no more. Hard time, don't you come knocking at my door. Got a loan on the shack. Work till we break our back, and then the wind it blows and blows and blows, blows and blows and blows. Each night when we go to sleep, pray to God our soul to keep. Dream of better days, we won't have to wake and see. Hard time don't come around no more, no more. Hard time don't come around my door. Hard time don't come around no more, no more. Hard time, don't you come knocking at my door. Hard time don't come around no more, no more. Hard time don't come around my door. Hard time don't come around no more, no more. Hard time, don't you come knocking at my door. Thank you all. Enjoy. Good luck.
Hi, everybody. This is David Amram. I wish we could all be together in person for this year's Clearwater in 2020, but we're all still here, and the Hudson River is still here and needs our help. And Clearwater is the one group that's been helping out the Hudson River ever since the first people came over here in a boat and started polluting it. And we're getting it back to the way it was before we came here. And that'll be great for our kids and our grandkids. So in memory of Pete and Toshi, who had the impossible dream and made it become a reality, all the wonderful volunteers who come every year, and all the great musicians who come, and all of you wonderful people who support it, keep on keeping on. We will not be stomped out. Truth and beauty always continue, and everything else floats down that river. And we're happy to say that because of what you all have been doing, the river's in better shape than it's been in a long, long time. See you soon. And until then, all blessings, and enjoy this beautiful song by Woody Guthrie with some new music that I wrote for his great words using the Chinese Hulu Sai, Pastures of Plenty.
It's a mighty hard road that my poor hands have hold. My poor feet have traveled on a hot, dusty road. Out of your dust bowl and westward we roll. And your deserts were hot, and your mountains were cold. I worked in your orchards of peaches and prunes. I slept on the ground in the light of the moon. On the edge of the city, you'll see us, and then we come with the dust and we go with the wind. California, Arizona, I harvest your crops. Well, it's north up to Oregon to gather your hops. Dig the beets from your ground, cut the grapes from your vine, to set on your table for your light, sparkling wine. pastures of plenty from the dry desert ground. From the Grand Coulee Dam, where the waters run down. Every state in the Union, us migrants have been. We'll work in this fight, and we'll fight till we win. It's always we ramble, that river and I, all along your green valleys. I will work till I die. My land I'll defend with my life if it need be. 'Cause my pastures of plenty must always be free. My land I'll defend with my life if it be. 'Cause my pastures of plenty must always be free.
Hi, I'm Pat Humphreys.
I'm Sandy O, and together we're Emma's Revolution. We're so glad to be with you here at Clearwater's Hudson River Revival. We're coming to you from the Sacramento Valley in California, and we look forward to a time when we can all be together again on the banks of the river.
Pete and Toshi were a huge influence on me, not only just musically, but really on the values that shaped my life. And I remember coming to early revivals and seeing, because of Toshi's influence, the world as I would wish it would be. In Pete's last days, I came to his hospital bed and sang to him like so many other artists. Guy Davis, David Amram, any number of other people were there singing songs to Pete in gratitude for all of those years of him singing to us. And as he passed, I couldn't help but think about all the remarkable ways that he and his music touched my life. So here are some of those stories in this song called Sing People Sing. Sing with us from wherever you are. When I was 4, I had a toy made of plastic and of joy, a magic musical machine from a drum, a stick, and strings. I couldn't know as I would play, it lifted me the man one day, playing the songs that shaped my life, taught the world to sing. Oh, hear the banjo ring, hear the people sing. Oh, changes everything. Sing, people, sing. The summer of my 18th year in San Francisco he'd appear. I jumped onto a trolley car, alone and wondering. The grove was full when I got there. People came from everywhere. I climbed a redwood by the stage to watch the reveling. Oh, hear the banjo ring, hear the people sing. Oh, changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Years went by, I got a call, a festival in early fall, along the Hudson River shore, a harvest gathering. asking me to volunteer to keep the river clean and clear, to celebrate the river's life and all the gifts she brings. Oh, hear the banjo ring, hear the people sing. Home changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Stood up to McCarthy's rage, rallied for a living wage, rode with Woody, marched with Dr. King. Patiently brought us along, taught us each and every song. With Toshi by your side, you could do most anything. You showed us how the world could be, living with integrity. Together we create a force beyond imagining. As I observed your dimming light, I felt a spark in me ignite. And I would trade it all today to hear your banjo ring. Oh, hear the banjo ring, hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Sing with us. Oh, hear the banjo ring, hear the people sing. It really does. Oh, changes everything. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing. Sing, people, sing.
We're grateful for all of the environmental and community education work that Clearwater has done over all these years. We hope you'll support Clearwater and that you'll enjoy this song that we recorded with 3 wonderful women musicians from the San Francisco Bay Area. It's called Our House is on Fire.
Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. We love you, we hear you, we commit to change our ways, not later, but sooner, right now, for your future. You can't wait. Put out the fire. Women can't wait. Put out the fire. Life can't wait. Put out the fire. Our house is on fire. For our children. Put out the fire. I'm their children. Put out the fire. I'm their children. Put out the fire. Our house is on fire. For soldiers, for cleaning, for the oceans and the bays. Not later, but sooner, right now, for our future. Melting glaciers, put out the fire. Rising seas, put out the fire. Bleaching coal, put out the fire. Our house is on fire. Shrinking shorelines, put out the fire. Sinking islands, put out the fire. Growing dry land, put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
house is on fire.
Stay safe. We love you.